Hello and welcome to another Major Market Movements End of the Week Market Review for 9/11/2015. I'm Quad G. In this video we're covering the Forex markets, starting off here with the US dollar. This is a 1 hour chart, and just wanted to show how this has been a very slow, lazy turnaround, not very clear, very stealthy top it looks like. But as you can see, we've got what looks like a five-way move to the downside, nearly complete, with a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Possibly early next week, we may see the end of this move to the downside, and then maybe another correction upwards, uh, possibly fill in some of this manic drop here right in the upper 95 area. But then after that, I think we could continue to see some more selling here to come all the way back down to possibly the 61.8% Fibo right here at 94.14, somewhere in there. Maybe fill in some of this manic drive to the upside, clean that up a bit, see that as a potential target. So we'll watch and see what happens with this market. But don't be surprised if we get another bounce into next week, possibly, with the completion of this five-way move. Now, there's a chance that this could completely capitulate. We could be seeing a wave 1, wave 2, sub 1, sub 2, and a rule of, or not a rule of, but a point of recognition to the downside. That's another possibility if you were to stay below this last little swing high here at roughly the mid 95 level. So we'll watch and see what happens. The only reason that we got in on a short here was simply playing off of this inverted hammer candle here, and then playing off the follow through to the downside. So it's really the only clue that I had that this market may not be going up any further and may be starting to roll over. The Elliott wave count here is not great at all. There's really difficult to read with any certainty. So that's primarily why I haven't shown you anything in that department. The QG3 is in a bearish alignment to the downside, and the weekly shows an inside key reversal. So that's bearish, setting a key top at the high there at 96.61. The EWO is very choppy and sideways, moving right, hugging very close to the zero line, so that's all very neutral. The daily, we're coming down on the 40. That'll be a key level of support to see how the market handles that. If we cut right through it and go right down to the 30 or lower, then that could be our point of recognition signal to the downside. So we'll watch and see if that 40 level is going to support or not next week. The MACD is closed out on the daily, that's neutral, and on the weekly, we're open to the downside still, so that's bearish. So dollar to me overall is looking bearish here. I think we need to ride it a little bit further, maybe take some initial profit next week, just in case there is a bounce back up, maybe to touch the 20 DMA again, test the bottom side of that hammer possibly. Somewhere in the upper 95 level is a possibility for a bounce. Okay, I want to take a look at the USD CAD, Canadian dollar versus US dollar. And this movement to the upside is moving very slow and choppy, just making incremental highs here. It does look like if we pull into a 1 hour chart, this does look like it's some triangle action with a wave, with a wave A down, wave B, possibly wave C, D, and E possibly, or maybe even a little bit further out, A, B, C, D, and E left to be seen. Whatever the case, it does look like this low right here at 31.53 is a key level of support. If we were to see the price come down and break below that, that could be very bearish and could allow for a larger drop. Let's go back out to that daily. You can also see this trend line here has been supporting things here with a one tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times already. So strong candidate for a potential breakdown if we get a move below it, especially on a daily closing basis. But while we're in the triangle mode, I have to leave open the possibility that we could get one more shot higher, maybe to the 3400 handle before seeing things tire out completely and move back down. And the day also closes as an inverted hammer candle, adding to some of the bearishness. The QG3 is still in a bullish alignment to the upside, and the 20 DMA is continuing to support this trend, at least on a daily closing basis. Weekly, just the inside negative candle, neutral. The EWO here does already have in place a double negative divergence on the EWO. And same thing here with the RSI. Got the double negative set up already, so that's bearish. The daily MACD is open to the downside, and the weekly is still open to the upside. So overall picture for Canadian dollar, things are looking kind of toppy here. We may still get one more incremental high, but I think if we did, I would be looking for some topping action with a potential turnaround and break back through this trend line and a larger correction to the downside potentially. Let's take a look at, I'll skip the Japanese yen, which I'm less certain about, and take a look at the euro here. Now this was, we still got an uptrend. That's really all we have going for this market. We still technically have an uptrend with, we've got higher lows once, twice, 3 times, and we've got higher highs to match, higher high, higher high. So this is still technically an uptrend. This was, however, a very stealthy turnaround bottom, mirroring the dollar to some degree. And it also has a 5-wave move up that could be completing soon and could allow for a potential pullback going into next week. The QG3 was neutral here, very close to turning into a bearish or bullish alignment to the upside. Weekly candle, got the inside key reversal similar to US dollar, setting a key low at 1.1087. EWO, not much to show you there. EWO, we've come down into this mid 50 level, bouncing back up, coming up to test the 60 here soon. We may see a rejection there. You can see other times that we've tested the 60, it has held as resistance in previous times. So we'll see how the market reacts to that 60 level going into next week. MACD is closing out here on the daily. It's neutral. And weekly is still open to the upside, still bullish. All right, and let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. All right, so the Aussie, there's a couple of different ways to count this. The one I favor is that this is a wave 1, this is a choppy sideways wave 2 flat, wave 3 a sharp wave 4. So, and even though it makes an incursion below wave 1, this could be a leading diagonal, and with a leading diagonal, you are allowed wave 4 to move into the price territory of wave 1 as part of a larger wave 1 moving up to the upside here. So, and this looks like wave 5. So from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a larger wave 1. This could be a wave A, wave B possibly moving up, and then expecting a wave C down here. maybe to test the 7,000 handle again, possibly. A lower 7,000 to maybe upper 6,900 handle is the potential that I see there. Let's see, the MAC or the QG3, excuse me, is become neutral here. The 3 EMA closing right there at the slightly above the 10 EMA, so it's neutral. On the weekly, we do get an inside positive day or a week, excuse me, that's neutral. The EWO, not much to show you there, no positive divergence there. On the daily RSI, again, no positive divergence set up yet in that oscillator. The weekly MACD is open to the downside still, and the daily is just ticking over to the upside here, moving into possible bullish alignment to the upside. So overall picture is mixed here. I would call it neutral, and we'll watch and see how potential correction plays out. If it moves along well, it looks very choppy and corrective, then we'll be watching for some bottoming action and possibly get in on the long side. This market is incredibly beaten down. If we go to the weekly chart, you see we've come down here and tested the 20 level several times. May even get tested a third time, possibly. On the weekly scale, we do have a positive divergence between this swing low and this one on the weekly. So that's at least the start of a buildup for a potential bottom here. And we are incredibly oversold. So to levels we haven't seen in a long time, ever since all the way back here to 2008. So good potential for some bottoming action, at least a good sized bounce, if not a major bottom. Okay, let's move on to the Elliott wave charts. A Great British Pound, we're getting this is a weekly chart. Got a wave A up, wave B possibly done here with inside key reversal, setting a key low at 51.62. So that could allow for a move back up into wave C of 2, possibly move up here to the 6100, 6200 handle, possibly going forward. If that low was to hold, kind of did this backwards, but that's all right. Looking at the US dollar here, this is the count that I got going on so far. It's very choppy and sideways. It looks like a buildup of potential bull flag, which may not be finished yet. We could see, I'm thinking that this could be an ABC down. This could be a potential X here that's finished, and we could see another zigzag to the downside that potentially come down here to the lower blue trend line to test it once again for a second time. And that has the potential of completing our bull flag and allow for another move to the upside. Obviously, if that lower trend line was to break in any significant fashion, it could allow for a breakdown into further, deeper levels here. So we'll wait and see. Again, here's that inverted hammer candle that played out really nice since it gave us a nice bounce up. It didn't get in short, and then we're seeing some follow through. So I'm liking this action so far. I think we'll just hold on short, see where it takes us. Euro, here's the longer term count. Working on wave C. Again, this could be a bear flag that's in the works. Could come all the way up here to back test this breakdown point right up there at the 2200 handle in the next few weeks, possibly months. Come up here as a wave B, and then from there, possibly another impulsive move to the downside into wave C of C to complete the entire corrective move to the downside. I just want to show you, this is a 4-hour chart here. Just all this sloppy, choppy, sideways movement is, you could count this multiple different ways in Elliott wave terms. Have no real interest at this point in time of chasing all the different counts that are available in this choppy mess. So kind of in net sit to the wayside for now. The purple trend line here has the potential of being a point of resistance. So watch and see what happens with that trend line. Okay, let's move on to the Aussie. Again, we could have a 5-wave move. Could it be complete? Maybe. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and potentially 5 to the downside finished. This orange trend line, it looks like it's been tested once, twice, 3 times. So potential rule of 4 breakout going forward here in the next few days. For now, I just don't see enough there to do anything with, so I think we'll leave it alone for now. See if that the market can break that orange trend line to the upside, possibly set up an inverted head and shoulders pattern that would be bullish, and then look to get in long and for another ride up, which could come all the way back up to the 90 or 8100, 8200 handle if we were to get that turnaround right here. So worthwhile getting on the long side, but I'm going to wait for some better bullish action here. Again, the week doesn't close as an inside key reversal. It's just an inside positive week, not terribly strong of a reversal. I showed you the Great British Pound, so that's it. That concludes my coverage for the Forex market for this week, and I hope you all have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. Adios.